father was with it, but my mother was sending me to hell every day. Y'all remember one time my mother whooped me so bad that she couldn't whoop me no more. She started laughing. I said, damn, Ma, you whooping me till it's funny? That ain't right. That ain't right. That's abuse. That's abuse. My mother whooped my ass so hard she couldn't, because I was jumping and acting a fool so, but she just laughed her butt off because she couldn't whoop me no more. But that's how much of the music I wanted, Vicky.
So you were listening to, had you started playing, had you started like integrating musically into that world?
Yeah, my mom made a mistake because she knew I used to beat on things. And, my mother wanted me to be Roland Hayes. She wanted me to be Paul Robeson, right? I wanted to be Elton Jones. My mother made a mistake, honey, and bought them little tack head bongos that I heat up on the stove, them little souvenir bongos. And I have an aunt. I don't know if a picture fell out, but I'll get it for you another time. You know how you have somebody that's so close to your family, they're not really in your family, but you call her auntie anyway? Leontine Watts. Remember this name, this is very important. Leontine Watts was a jazz singer, my mama's best friend, my Aunt Lynn. Leontine, which is a beautiful name, you don't hear that too much anymore, Leontine. And her and Abby Lincoln were the best of friends. And these ladies, believe it or not, were the first ladies to start what they called the afro, the hair. But which was not the round thing like Angela Davis, like you see the afro at that time, was nappy hair, pulled back into a big bush bun, no straightening comb, no nothing, and they wore big ethnic earrings. Honey, back then in the 40s and the 50s, that was quite a statement. You are committing suicide, okay? Abby Lincoln and Leontine Watts, my aunt, who would be an alto, straight up jazz singer, bad Aunt Lynn. When my mother used to have her little cotillion things and things in the backyard, because remember we lived in Queens, we had a yard, okay? So my father was the kind of guy that he can, without a schematic, he can rewire your house, he can fix anything, build anything, hands on. So he built my mother one of these long barbecue tables, banquet table, where the thing fold up under the thing, and my mother would have her little gatherings and stuff. And at that time, you had little Wurlitzer electric piano. And Aunt Lynn would come with her pianist and, a little stand-up microphone, and I would be out in the backyard for my Aunt Lynn. That was my first gig. My first gig. And my first paying gig was with my Aunt Lynn. And just to let you know how I got started with the conga thing. My Aunt Lynn, at one time, there used to be a club in the Village Gate in New York, the famous Village Gate Club. At one time, that was a showcase place where groups would showcase. And my Aunt Lynn had a showcase at the Village Gate. And Dad and Mom, y'all going to see Lynn? I'm going. Because my Aunt Lynn had mad squabbles. She had a swing board, she had a short afro, and plus she was stacked and fine. My Aunt Lynn was bad, okay? And I'm going to see Aunt Lynn. Well, anyway, she had a trio. She had a pianist, upright bass player, and one brother playing one conga drum. And see, I always wanted, as far as instruments, I always wanted to play bass. I don't know if you ever heard this. Most drummers want to be bassists. Most bassists want to be drummers. And that's what I wanted to play. And this one guy, the sound of doo-ba, I was gone. And that guy was Montego Joe. That's who that was. And I wound up being his teacher after a while. And God bless him, he made his transition. But that was my first show gig setting that I saw. That the bass, I was, that was me. But when I heard doo ba, I was like, I gotta have that. And that was it. I was gone. Since then, my mother couldn't do nothing with me. I was taking wood and putting it together and trying to get skins and cardboard boxes to make a skin. I was getting my butt whooped all the time for tearing something up and putting it together to try to make a drum out of it.
How old were you about?
13, 12, 13, 11. My father messed around one Christmas and got me a set of cheap Japanese set of trap drums. That was it. That was it. Me in the basement every day, all day. Whew, forget it. That was it. That's what happened. And still singing and stuff, but my mother had to twist my arm to get me to sing in that choir. But I had to do it. You know, and people, yeah, I could give two flying, you know what, because like, shit, they ought to be playing on Avenue A right now, them Puerto Rican guys. You know, so how can I get out the house?